Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and I am back for another PC accessible game spotlight video. This time we are looking at a game that is available on Steam. It is called 1428 Shadows of Silesia. If I said that right, I think I did. And this is kind of a isometric overhead role-playing game type of game, and it's doing a lot of really cool things for accessibility. It's really pretty neat, actually. I'm not too far into the game. I've just kind of gotten a little ways into chapter 2, but this is blind accessible, and there are exploration mechanics. There is kind of weapon inventory. You have weapons and shields. You have consumable items, things you can read, combat, some puzzles, spoken dialogue, and you have text-to-speech narration. Before I go into the game itself, because there are so many options, and I definitely want to draw your attention to a few of them in particular, we are going to go under settings first.
Start new game, arena, load game, journal, help, settings.
So let's go into settings, and we'll go through some of this stuff because there are some things I want to point out in here.
Sound.
So
Game,
there's not too much in here. We got language,
voiceovers
voiceover language,
subtitles, combat shout subtitles, enabled.
Okay.
Disable tutorial. Pause on focus loss. Aiming indicator. Enabled.
Actually,
Pause on focus loss. Enabled.
okay, yeah, it is good.
Aiming indicator. Enabled.
And then that's it. Okay, so we're going to go down.
Sound.
Now, sound, I did find myself turning the music volume way down, because when you have sound effects and you have voices, and also you have extra sound effects for some of the navigational audio cues in this game, which I have mixed feelings on, and we'll get to that once we get into the game, because before I really say anything about it, I want to play a little bit and have you hear it
Visuals
first. But you do have, so I'll show you here, we do have several
Music.
sound sliders, which is great.
Sound effects. User interface.
Character.
Accessibility. 100%.
And that's cool. We have a separate one now. I believe what they're saying is that's for the text-to-speech when they say accessibility.
Audio output.
We can choose our audio output level.
Swap stereo channels.
So we can do
Disable.
that. And then there we go. So
Sound.
there's not any mono option for those who might need it. That could be a thing that they could maybe add. But overall, not bad, especially for the volume sliders. Visuals, I don't think there's
Full
much
screen.
in here, because this is just
Enable.
graphic-y stuff. I did look in here. I don't remember there being much in the way of like accessibility stuff. It's like a lot of resolution and graphic
Visuals.
processing options.
Controls.
Though,
Use controller. Enabled.
I'm using the Xbox Elite controller here. You can play this with keyboard and mouse, or you can play it with a controller. I figured, this might seem like a game where I would want to play with a controller. They do have rebindable keys, and you have primary and secondary, which is nice, and it just reads really nice. Like, I actually looked under here, and I'm going to go down because I want to point out one real specific thing here.
Controller vibration.
So we got vibration,
Lock mouse cursor. Camera rotation sensitivity.
camera rotation sensitivity.
75%.
I actually turned that down a little bit from 100%, and again, when we get into the game, I'll show you why.
Up primary LS up.
So I'm just going to go, this is your general controls. I'm going to go down quite a
Perform
few.
the high. Switch to next draw slash. Turn up prime. Turn left. Turn attack. Block attack. Crouch. Look around. Menu slash skip slash. Rotate the. Open the default inventory. Journal. Map of help primary. Accessibility modifier primary RB.
Okay, accessibility modifier. This is what I was looking for. So, and I don't know how it works on the keyboard part. I haven't really played that way yet. When you're using a controller, there's a couple things you have to do. You have to really know to play this with a controller. There's another option under accessibility that I originally didn't realize I had to enable, and it was frustrating me to no end when I started the game the other day. And this one, you use a modifier key or a button on your controller to do a lot of your text-to-speech callouts, like what is my health, what is my status, let's find my next objective. Like there's all kinds of things that you can have you can either do or have reported. So in this case, it's the right bumper. So when I do that, I hold down the right bumper, and that's the thing. There's so many things that you can and probably will want to know that there's just not enough buttons on the controller where you have to hold down a modifier. So let's go down here.
Strafing primary LB.
So you can strafe if you want to do left bumper. I haven't really done that much yet.
Audio cue overview primary select.
I'm glad they have a shortcut for this. Anytime you can hold down the modifier key and hit select or the back button on your controller, and it'll pop you right into the audio cues menu where you're like, what was that sound I just heard again? And I have done this once or twice already.
Jump to previous sentence primary R's up. Jump to next sentence primary R's down.
Now, R's up and R's down, that means right stick. I don't know why it says R's. I mean, it's just weird the way it pronounces that. I think it's just trying to say the letter R, but it sounds like A-R-E to me. So, but it's right stick, up or down.
Quest tracker primary D-pad down.
That is very handy. D-pad down.
Character status primary D-pad up.
There you go. Very handy.
Compass primary right stick press.
Haven't really used that much yet.
Read environment description primary D-pad right.
That's kind of cool. And this is where, like, one of the things I have to commend these developers for is they almost have like an audio description for roughly the scene that you're in. And not only do they do that, when you are in a cutscene, there in between dialogue, there are sometimes text-to-speech audio descriptions of like what's happening. It's like, oh, this person jumped off of his horse and slashed a dude, or what, you know. It is cool because they actually do have a bit of audio description there. That's really neat.
Repeat previously read messages primary start.
That could be handy. I keep forgetting about that command, but that could definitely be handy.
Announce nearest enemy status primary Y.
Okay, and remember, all of these you have to use with that right bumper.
Announce location coordinates primary D-pad left. Navigation assistance primary left stick press.
You're going to use that one all the time. Get used to it.
Snap to nearest interactable / enemy primary A.
Okay, snap to primary. That is actually handy. What is that again? Let me see.
Snap to nearest interactable / enemy primary A.
Yeah, that is because that is where you'll snap to, especially in combat, like which one is closer, which one is primary. That can be really
Next
handy.
Waypoint primary
I'm
R's
bad
right.
at combat in this game
Snap
so
to
far.
Next waypoint primary R's right.
And this I just figured out toward my last play session. This is one that I think you will definitely need. Next and previous
waypoint primary R's left.
So you have often have a primary objective, and then you have optional secondary objectives. And there was a mission where it was right at the beginning of chapter 2 where it kept leading me to my horse that I needed to travel, but the horse wasn't ready, and I had to go elsewhere to find a saddle because it kept bringing me to the horse. And the guy kept saying, "Well, I'm stupid. Where I need the saddle." And it turned out I had to track that saddle. I had to track that different piece of that objective to my overall goal, and then I could get to it no problem. So you're gonna need that.
Clear custom waypoint primary B.
Okay.
Toggle character sonar primary RT.
So that can be handy, especially if there's a lot of dialogue. Unfortunately, so there's, like I said, once we get into the game, this is going to be a longer video because there's a lot of thoughts I have.
Announce nearby enemies primary X.
And that's it.
Controls. Accessibility.
Now let's go under accessibility. This is our last category, but there's a lot here, and there's a lot that you will want to probably enable, or at least consider enabling, if you are a blind or low vision player.
Read text.
So
Enabled.
read text is
When
enabled.
enabled, all on-screen text will be read with the NVDA screen reader, or alternatively an MS-SAPI compatible voice.
Oh, I didn't realize I could use NVDA to do this. I'm just using the regular built-in speech.
To sleep with NVDA plus Shift plus S in desktop keyboard.
Cool.
Or NVDA plus read voiceover subtitles. Disabled.
So I like that. Like if you have subtitles on, you can force it so it's not going to read that, because then let's say you're hearing the human dialogue narration and you're hearing the text-to-speech. That would be annoying to say the least. Now, the one thing I do wish they had is I wish they had a speed slider for the text-to-speech. But if I am using NVDA, like I said, I just went into the game not knowing if it supported a screen reader or its own text-to-speech, so I'm just using the text-to-speech that's built into it. So now I have that option. I could just run NVDA, and then I could have it at whatever speed or voice I wanted. That is cool. And I should also mention, the first time you run the game, you don't have to find the text-to-speech in the game. The first time you run it, the first thing it does is it says press E to enable narration. You do it, and then from that point on, it speaks.
Lock camera rotation. Enabled.
The
camera will automatically follow the direction of the playable character. You will also be able to strap using the assigned button.
Now this is essential if you want the navigation assist to work. I did not originally have this checked. I wasn't sure if I needed to. And I actually reached out on Twitter. I said, I'm really confused with this navigation stuff, because half the time it doesn't seem to lead me where it thinks it's supposed to. And shout out to, I forget who it was. Sorry, dude. But shout out to you for asking me about this setting, because that did largely fix exactly my confusion that I was having with the navigation assist. So definitely turn this on if you are going to be using the navigation assist. They should probably make that a little bit more clear, saying you might want to do that. Speaking of which, one thing that would be really nice, that, you know, things that I've seen in The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, and even God of War, I think even a couple other Sony things have done it. Maybe also offering a blind low vision preset that turns on a lot of these options that work well together, and then you can also customize each individually. Because I would not have known, without reaching out to Twitter, I would probably still be baffled. Because that's, you know, again, having this camera lock is really helpful. What would happen is I would use my left and right bumpers to pan the camera, because that's the way they do it. They don't use the right analog stick, which I still was weird to me. But what would happen is I also had my right bumper as a modifier for all these accessibility features, so every time I would try to hold that down and then hit another button for an accessibility announcement or navigation assist, my camera would pan and like the whole navigation would go really wiggy, and it was just super frustrating. And it would seem like when it would try to point me to somewhere, and then I could never find where my next objective was. So definitely turn that camera lock on. So now the way it works is when you always push up to move forward, and when you use your analog stick to the left or right, it'll turn the camera automatically, and then when you do your navigation assist, it will point you in the direction that you need to go. So it'll work much more intuitively.
High contrast mode. Disabled. Helps make the display clearer for low vision players. The playable character will be blue, enemies red, and interactive items yellow. Everything else will be gray. Walls a slightly darker shade.
This is really cool, but I have a problem with the way this is implemented. Just like many games in recent months that have used kind of a high contrast mode, I very much appreciate that. However, not only can you not turn it on and off at will, like you can in God of War, the Last of Us series, a couple other games, but you have to make a choice. You either have to have it on or off, and if you change it, it wants you to totally restart the game. So you have to exit the game and then turn it back on. And I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of that. Not only should you not have to require a full game reboot to start that feature, you should be able to toggle that on and off on the fly. Because as someone who has used the high contrast mode, especially in the Last of Us series, I actually ended up finding it to be really helpful. But that part of the reason I found it so helpful is because I could simply turn it on and off at will. Same with God of War. Excuse me a second, I gotta get a drink here. So I'm glad it's there, but I really hope that they could make that a little bit easier, because right now it's a great feature, but unless you always want to have the lower graphic fidelity, if you are low vision, you're gonna miss what the game actually looks like. And I really wish that you didn't have to restart the full game. That really surprised me, to be honest.
First-person sound.
This is cool.
Enabled. Sounds will play from the perspective of the playable character in the game world. This can help make the overall perception of the game world clearer, especially for blind players.
So that is really neat. You're given kind of a more first-person sound because this is an overhead perspective game.
Navigation assistance. Enabled.
Totally enabled.
Allows you to be guided in the correct direction and along the shortest available path to the selected destination.
Self-explanatory.
Confirm leaving area. Enabled.
I turned this on.
Prevents automatic transitions between game areas.
Loading zones, essentially.
Behave like other interactive. Double time to complete timed events. Enabled.
I've had one or two of those so far.
Accessible puzzles. Enabled. Simplifies some of the more spatially challenging puzzles that might otherwise be very difficult for blind players to solve. The principle of the puzzles is retained, but sometimes necessary steps are omitted or the game is more benevolent to accuracy requirements.
Okay, and that's cool.
Accessible decrypting. Enabled. Once the encrypted letter is read, it is automatically decrypted. Intended for blind players.
Okay. I have not run into an encrypted letter because I'm not that far into the game yet, but that just sounds like something that would be really helpful.
Enemy AI slowdown in combat. None. The slowdown will be reflected in the speed at which enemies react during combat. This can help blind players in particular to achieve a more level playing field in combat, as reacting to audio cues alone can be slower than reacting to visual perception.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to turn that on just to see if that does help me, because I have largely been going by audio just because I want to see how it feels to play as someone without any vision. I'm going to turn that on.
None. Enabled.
Oh.
Light. Moderate. Heavy. Moderate.
I'm going to say moderate.
Disabled. Enemy AI slowdown in combat. Moderate. Prevent playable character from being knocked down. Disabled. Prevents the playable character from being knocked down and objects from being knocked out of your hands.
Oh.
Only affects playable characters, not enemies. Recommended for blind players.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll turn that on.
Enabled.
Because I was trying to go with as few actual assists that affected how I play the game. Like, yeah, I want to have navigation assist. I want to be able to have things read to me when I need them, but I wanted to keep the core, the core style of gameplay as close as I could to the real thing.
Accessible stealth. Enabled.
This is
Significantly reduces
helpful.
the distance at which enemy patrols can see the playable character. Even in this mode, however, enemies can still hear and therefore react to the sounds
And I
the
still
playable
like that.
character and his actions make.
I still like that there's consequences to stealth.
Display accessibility cues. Disabled. Displays visual signals in addition to selected audio cues.
Okay, so this I think is more for hard of hearing players. So things that are in audio, you can also have displayed visually. That's fantastic.
Sonar. Enabled. The sonar acts as a sort of auditory white cane and signals walls and impassable obstacles, enemies, and friendly and neutral characters. Press the help button for more information.
I have mixed feelings on this. I mean, I'm glad it's there and it is useful, but I will say, as a constant background, I find it can be kind of annoying after a while, and I find that it can kind of interfere with the immersion of the game because you're always, I mean, literally almost constantly hearing these sounds. You can turn it off by holding the right bumper and then the right trigger. You can toggle it off for a while if you want. I'm glad that's there. But you'll see it in a moment because we're almost done with the settings here.
Sonar vibration feedback.
I've turned that on. I've thought about turning it off just to see.
Vibrate movement and interaction audio cues. Enabled.
Totally.
For each interactable or object that appears within sight of the playable character, an audio cue is played. Consult the audio cue overview. Ignore torches. Enabled. Disables cues and interactions for torches on walls. Retrievable torches, e.g. lying on the ground or stored in a chest, will continue to be announced.
So the torches that I can't grab that are just along like a wall, it'll ignore. That's nice.
Combat audio cues. Enabled.
Self-explanatory.
Audio cue overview.
So I'm going to pop in here really quick. Here is your audio cue
overview.
glossary.
General. Cinematic has started. Environment has changed.
I'm just hitting A.
Cinematic has started. Cinematic has ended. Navigation assistance.
You get used to that sound.
You've reached your destination. You can interact audio cue.
I almost wish that was something less subtle, because with stuff happening sometimes, it's like, oh, where's that stupid thing I'm trying to pick off the ground?
Low health.
That will definitely get your attention.
Time is running out for a dialogue decision.
Okay, that's fair.
Sonar. Walls and impassable obstacles. Friendly and neutral characters. Inanimate objects. Enemies. Interaction. New interactable nearby. New retrievable item nearby. Key nearby. A character to talk to nearby. Door nearby. Combat. New enemy saw you. Enemy is attacking. Enemy disappeared out of sight. Encounter is over.
And there you go. Alright, let's get into the game already.
Do you want to save your changes? Yes.
Yes, I
You must
do.
restart the game for the changes
What?
to take effect.
What did I change that? You gotta be
Main
kidding
menu.
me. Really?
Resume.
Okay.
Start new game. Resume. Arena. Journal. Settings. Exit. Main menu.
So it must have been something maybe with like the audio timing or something. I guess I gotta see that. I don't really like that there's a few settings that you have to restart the game for. And we'll skip the
Press to
logo.
skip. V.
And it doesn't take
Loading.
long to go back
Main
in,
menu.
but I,
Resume.
like I said, especially with the high contrast thing, it would be something that I would want to probably frequently turn on and off. And I am not going to restart the game every time I want to do that. So that's a bummer. Okay, so
Start
let's
new game. Resume.
let's resume,
Main menu. Loading.
and I'll try my best to
3
explain what's
days
going
Lyra
on
Hero.
here. Okay, we got a cutscene here.
Orders
Somebody's
of the Knights
snoring.
of the Order of St. John. Nissa, Silesia. 2 hours before sunrise.
I bet that before Ludwig snores for the second time, they'll come for us too.
Brothers, up quickly and get ready. It's here. Prior Rupert issued orders. Your group is to report as soon as possible at St. Nicholas Gate.
Understood. We're on the way.
Then stay out, brothers. We'll have time to rest when we are in our graves.
He's just still snoring.
What? What?
Had a kick out of that.
Loading.
I can't wait to see what is happening. The streets are full of people, but I can't hear any Hussite cannons.
We'll see.
At least the
Hussite
weather
is a
turned out
faction.
well.
So there's a couple factions that are kind of at war, or kind of that hate each other.
There's
The
Rupert over there.
Hussite, and I can't remember what the other
Come
ones
to
are
him
called.
and find out what's what. We'll wait here.
New task.
Okay,
New journal entry.
new task, new journal entry. I'm going to hit start for my journal entry.
Journal. Thursday, March 18th, 1428. In Krastino Sankt Gertrudis. We have been hiding behind the walls of Nissa for nearly 2 days, and except for the Hussites burning the outskirts of the town, nothing much has happened. The commanders are being secretive and no one wants to say anything. They are afraid of Hussite spies, which are, allegedly, everywhere. Even among the Crusaders. We had to wait until today's morning. They awakened us 2 hours before sunrise, and our group is supposed to report at St. Nicholas Gate. We armed ourselves and set off.
Okay. I'm really glad that they voiced or that they have text-to-speech for the journal entries, because that can really be helpful. Now, again, you're going to be hearing a lot of these like audio chimes, and that's because by my character, I have a lot of friendlies near me, and so it's telling me, like, you're hearing just these repeated audio cues. Often right now, it's, I think, to the left of me, where those are your friendly people. As I start moving, you'll hear other sounds to indicate, like, oh, on the left side of me or the right side of me, there's a solid object, which could be a wall, a fence, a building, etc. Um, and you'll just hear a lot of, unless you're in a wide open space, you're always going to hear something, some sort of like sound effect on one or both sides of you, which, like I said, can be helpful, but can also be kind of annoying after a while. At least to me. Because again, like I said, I know I'm comparing two totally different type of things, but like the thing that I like about The Last of Us is that it's so well done to where I don't have audio ear cons happening all the time, but at the same time, I can hear my navigational cue when I click that left stick in The Last of Us, and then I get pointed to where I need to be. And contextually, like if there's something I need to vault over or crouch under, I get those audio cues. But for the most part, when I'm exploring, I'm hearing the environment and I'm not hearing all this other accessibility layer literally constantly over it, which again kind of breaks immersion and it kind of, in a way, it feels too much in a way. Um, but like I said, I mean, I'm glad it's there. It's hard to explain because I really have mixed feelings. I think they do a great job with it. Um, but I don't know, like, and what I found is when you turn off the compass, I thought, well, maybe if I turn the compass off, I can still do my hold down the right bumper, click the left stick, and get my waypoint. No, I don't think you can. At least I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna try that right
Chapter
now.
2.
Okay, so there's my. You hear that tick, 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 tick on the right? That's because there's a building to my right. I'm gonna
Character sonar disabled.
character sonar. Oh wait, maybe I can. Oh God.
Quest waypoint talk
Oh,
to
I
fire
can.
Four
I
fathoms to the
didn't.
destination.
Oh, I didn't try this after I had locked the camera. Okay, you know what? That is really nice. So I still get my navigational key. Oh, you know what? This makes things so much better. But you hear all those tapping sounds. That is objects around me. That's okay to hear. That I don't mind. But like when you hear... wrong button.
Character.
So if I'm looking for a character, it'll come up in pitch when I get close. But imagine, especially if you are traveling in a party and you're trying to move and you're hearing all these navigational cues, but then you're hearing this whir, 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 like constantly, it's enough to drive you mad.
Quest waypoint talk to Friar Rupert.
Okay, so I gotta figure out how in the hell to get around this, whatever it is. By default I walk, and if I click the left analog stick, I can turn auto run enabled. Sometimes, like if I'm in a safe area, I don't mind doing that, but if I'm thinking there's going to be combat, I don't want to do that, because if you do run, you do have a stamina meter, and it will affect your abilities in combat. So
15 fathoms to the destination.
what? Okay.
12 fathoms to the destination.
And I like how they do it in fathoms. I don't remember the last time I had where it said fathoms.
6 fathoms to the destination.
Where the hell do you want me to go?
Seven fathoms to the destination.
Okay, you really want me to go...
3 fathoms to the destination.
Oh, I
Friar
see.
Rupert.
Ah, Lothar von Reichenstein. I've been awaiting you.
Stay quieta, Euro.
Okay, now I have dialogue choices.
You've been awaiting me. What is the plan? Why such an early hour? Where are the Hussites? What is the situation? Why such an early hour? What is the plan?
What is the plan? All right, to the point. Sir Puota of Zastalowitz came up with a truly smart plan how to surprise the Hussites, and once and for all chase them out of Silesia. It will require the cooperation of all lords, and their companies, city garrison, as well as the Order. Moreover, Sir Puota had the peasants from the fields armed and trained. There are several thousand of them.
Hopefully they'll be useful. What is expected of us?
The Knights of the Order have the most important task. We will need to secretly enter the
Kill
Hussite
them all.
encampment, quietly take out the sentries, and then give a signal to the infantry to attack by lighting fires.
Oh.
Select 5 men and immediately set off for the camp from the northeast. Your brother's troops are already on the way, and will hit them from the 3 other directions. In the meantime, the infantry will form ranks by the gates. Here, at Bielau Gate and Brigand Gate, the fire will be their signal to charge. Remember, the most important thing is to create confusion within their ranks. The Hussites will start fleeing, and the cavalry, under Mr. Puota's lead, will kill them off with God's help.
I understand.
Stay quieta, Euro. Why didn't you tell us all this earlier? What will you be doing? Why such an early hour? Where are the Hussites? What is the situation? Now I know everything I needed to know. Where are the Hussites?
Where are the Hussites? What is the situation?
They've been burning the outskirts of the city for the past 2 days.
During the
Stealing
prologue,
whatever they can
we
get
played
their
them
hands
doing
on.
that.
Prokop, who they call
For
the
chapter
Shaken,
1.
had them build a wagon fort on a hillock southeast of the city. Our spies report that their commanders are having what looks like a feast there. Every night they roast meat, drink, and make merry. These godless people do not even maintain a fast before Easter. The rain chased them into their tents. They posted minimum guards. There's nothing to wait for. Tomorrow, at the latest, the Hussites will take the city by storm.
It seems that we have a unique opportunity.
Stake we at a euro. Why such an early? Now I know everything.
Now I know everything I needed to know.
All right, set out immediately. We will win a great victory, and then we will praise the Almighty God, our merciful Savior.
Task completed.
Okay. Task
Talk
completed.
New journal, new task.
So,
Talk tonight.
now if I hold the right bumper down and hit down on the D-pad,
Current tasks. Select 5 men for your troop.
okay, so,
Talk
You're
tonight.
coming with me. We have things to
Knight
do.
of St. John is now under your command. Talk to
You're going
guard.
to be in my unit.
Nissa Guardsman is now under your command.
we'll find another guy
I have a
here.
spot for you in my
Knight of
unit as
St.
well.
John is now under your command.
I got 3 now.
Talk to
You will join
Crossbowman.
us in the group too.
Nissa Crossbowman is now under your command. Talk to Crossbowman.
Today, you will fight by my side.
So we got a couple
Look,
crossbow.
don't you want me in your unit? We've been through a lot together, haven't we?
Stake we at a euro. Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Sorry, brother. The 5th in my group will be Dietmar.
New task.
I could have gone and gone through that a little slowly and made a little more choice, but again, for the sake of the video, we hit so much exploration of the menus and accessibility. I kind of just want to get moving. All right.
Quest waypoint. Leave the city via the gate.
Okay, leave the city via the gate.
Destination.
All right, so we've got. So this is really cool, though. I mean, like I said, this is a complex game. You know, look at this. It's not just me. I have, you know, I can hit Y to draw my weapon. I can hit X to go into stealth mode. I have an inventory. If I hit left on the D-pad,
Inventory empty pouch.
empty pouch. That's like my money
Quality hand and a
or
half sword.
something.
Quality hand and a half sword.
So I got my quality sword,
Hospital or shield.
a shield,
Red potion.
a red
4
potion. That's healing.
pieces. Torch. Equipped. 2 pieces.
Okay, I've got 2 torches. And what I didn't realize is you can also hit up and down once you're in the inventory if you start having a lot of inventory. Okay, I don't have anything, but I'm going to hit B.
Options.
Okay, there we go. So, you know, I have my inventory. If I hit my right bumper and hit up there, or up on the D-pad,
Health. 100%. Energy. 100% Lothar. Catholics.
okay, so we've gotten that. If I can hit, let's see, I've done that. All right, let's just keep moving here.
Quest waypoint. Leave the city via the gate.
You're already here.
11
We have an
fathoms
order to open the gate
destination.
for you. Good luck.
Then do it, sir.
Six fathoms to the destination.
Let's do a little running here. I have a feeling we're going to have to...
3 fathoms to the destination.
What?
You've reached leave area.
Oh, okay.
You've reached leave area. Loading.
Oh, okay, I have to be on this specific spot, and then I can hit A.
About half a mile away. New journal entry. New task.
Okay, so we've cut to about a half a mile away. Let's see what our new
Journal. I selected 5 men and we charged forward from the city through St. Nicholas Gate.
Oh, okay, that was a short journal
Chapter
entry.
2.
Alright, let's find out my current objectives.
Current tasks. Sneak into the camp without anyone noticing you.
Oh, this is gonna go badly.
Auto run enabled.
No.
Auto run disabled.
Give me...
Quest waypoint sneak into the camp.
Sometimes the
without anyone
bumper,
noticing you.
it doesn't always register,
21 fathoms
especially
to
when
the
I'm trying to do my objective mark, or when I'm trying to find where I'm supposed to go. So it's
We
at
have
night.
to go this way.
14 fathoms to the destination.
I wonder if I should be sneaking.
You're sneaking.
So much destruction.
You've reached your destination. Quest waypoint sneak into the camp without anyone noticing you.
So it seems like there's like
5 fathoms to the
so there's like
destination.
waypoints. You know, not just the final waypoint, but it's kind of, you know, you go a certain distance and then you go a little further. So that's how it breaks things down for you.
Auto run disabled.
No.
Auto run enabled. Auto run disabled. 56 fathoms to the destination.
Okay. And you can kind of hear what direction it wants you to go, because you heard it a little bit forward and to the right. Okay, I got stuck in a... Uh-oh. Oh no, there's dudes right around me too. Okay, let me...
50 fathoms to the destination.
There's a lot of navigating around little things here. Okay, how in the heck... Uh...
46 fathoms to the destination.
It's like I'm against a wall, but I'm not. So there's a lot of little piddly, especially if you're a blind player. Like I can kind of see what's going on. If like I'm mainly navigating by audio, but like I said, if I hear a lot of clicking and I'm like I'm not going anywhere, I can look down and go, oh, okay, that's what's going on. And so there's a lot of just, you know, random trees and posts and fences and obstacles in the way,
42 fathoms to
and
the
you're going to have to
destination.
kind of fiddle around to get around some of these obstacles.
37 fathoms to the destination.
I think I'm still sneaking, aren't I?
Health, 100%. Energy, 100% Lothar. Catholics. 32 fathoms to the destination.
Yeah, because if I turn my compass on, my people compass,
Character sonar enabled.
oh, it's not actually counting my party as characters. That's interesting. Okay. Because I was going to say that was going to drive me
Character
nuts
sonar disabled.
if I had to hear that the whole
24
time.
fathoms to the destination. You're not sneaking anymore.
Okay, we're going to...
18 fathoms to the destination.
Okay, I better sneak
You're
again.
sneaking.
Okay, we got my posse. And there is some really good audio design here, too. Okay, we're almost there.
6 fathoms to the destination.
Okay, there's our marker.
It's not far at all now. I can see the fires in their camp. Careful.
You've
We don't
reached
want the
your
sentries to spot
destination.
us. Quietly. They mustn't wake up until our infantry is within sight.
Okay, let me see what my objectives are.
Current tasks. Sneak into the camp without anyone noticing you.
Yeah, this ought to be good. I might want to turn my radar on now. Or my sonar.
Character sonar disabled.
Because I want to know about...
Character sonar disabled.
No, come on.
Character sonar enabled.
Sometimes the text-to-speech kind of cuts out a little bit on you. Okay.
Quest waypoint, sneak into the camp without anyone noticing you.
I want to hear...
27 fathoms to the destination.
At least we got some thunder that is covering for us.
20 fathoms to the destination.
Okay.
Stealth. You may find yourself in a situation where the only
Tutorial.
solution is to sneak around your enemies unnoticed, or you may need to crawl under an obstacle. You can crouch by pressing X. Sneaking lets you keep an eye on where your enemies can see and where you're safe from their gaze. You will also be able to look around. The camera will pan in the direction you want when you hold down the button. Left trigger.
Right, okay.
Sound. In addition to the areas marking the enemy's field of view, circles will appear around you to represent the noise made by you or the objects you manipulate, e.g. doors. The circle is large at first, but quickly shrinks. If its edge reaches an enemy character, you may be compromised and the guards will start searching for what caused the noise. If they find nothing, they soon return to their normal routine.
Yep.
Strategic tips. Take your time. First, observe the enemies, find out what their habits are, or where the patrol routes lead. Once you have an overview and an opportunity, don't wait for anything and go. No risk, no gain. Don't forget that sound can also give you away to an enemy who has his back
Very
turned to you.
detailed tutorials.
Your footsteps are quiet as you sneak, but not inaudible.
Okay. Let's get our ninja on.
18 fathoms to the destination. Auto run disabled.
No, I don't want run
Auto
anyway.
Run enabled. Auto run disabled.
Okay, this bumper...
18 fathoms to the destination. Fathoms to the destination.
Yeah, there's a lot of tight quarters we're navigating here. Between tents and stuff.
Auto run enabled.
No!
Auto run disabled. 10 fathoms to the destination.
Okay, we're going...
Here. Where is everyone?
Current tasks. Sneak into the camp without anyone noticing you. 7 fathoms to the destination.
Strange. I would already expect sentries here.
It's gonna be an ambush, isn't it?
Quest waypoint, sneak into the camp without anyone noticing you. 14 fathoms to the destination.
I do hope we get to some combat so I can show you that.
6 fathoms to the destination.
Yeah, you absolutely want to have your lock camera because this works so much better.
This
You've
doesn't
reached
seem
your
right.
destination.
Oh, there's 2 of them there. Shh.
New task. Current tasks. Eliminate the sentries without raising suspicion.
Okay, I'm not sure this might go badly because I don't know if there's contextual buttons to like where I, or if I have to take my weapon out, or I don't know how this is gonna work, so we're gonna...
Quest waypoint Hussite 1.
We're gonna learn
7
together.
fathoms to the destination.
Okay, yeah, he's right ahead of me.
Task completed. Item lost. Torch.
Looky
Weapon drawn.
here. What's this?
Are you looking for someone, sirs?
It's a trap!
Told ya.
New task.
Oh God.
New journal entry. Hussite. 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 Hussite died. Hussite died. Hussite.
Oh, there's a lot of dudes.
Hussite.
All those...
Lord, give me strength!
Hussite died. Not Hussite.
Let me through!
Oh man, if I wouldn't have turned the slow down enemy stuff here, I would be wrecked. Oh, I'm still gonna get wrecked, I think. Uh-oh. I gotta move here. Oh no. Okay, yeah. I still died.
Back to main reload checkpoint.
Alright, let's do that again.
This doesn't seem right. Oh, there's two of them there. Shh.
Okay, so I'm gonna... I sheathed my weapon, or I unsheathed it, but I'm wondering...
You're not sneaking anymore. You're sneaking.
Okay. I just want to see if I hit right trigger.
Weapon drawn. Task completed.
Okay.
Weapon drawn.
Okay.
Are you looking for someone, sirs?
It's a trap!
You think?
New task.
Okay.
Hussite.
So left trigger is block.
Hussite.
Oh god.
Hussite. Missing guardsman died.
Uh-oh.
Hussite.
We gotta get out of here somehow.
Hussite. Hussite.
There's so many! Oofta.
Back to reload checkpoint.
Loading. Well, you know how I said I wanted combat?
There's two of them there. Shh.
Oh boy. The problem is, and there's so many like everywhere. It's like I know when they get higher pitch there, they're close. I kind of wish that they would sort of ramp up the combat, like in the chapter 1 where I was playing the other side. They toward the end there, I was fighting I think 3 or 4 enemies, and once you get like 1-on-1, 2-on-1 isn't so bad, but this horde, when they just swarm you, little difficult.
Weapon drawn. Item lost. Task completed.
Alright, here we go again.
Looky here. What's this?
Are you looking for someone, sirs?
It's a trap!
Attack!
New task.
Okay.
New Hussite. 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 Hussite died. Hussite.
Oh god.
Give it up.
Okay, I want to...
Hussite. Hussite. Hussite.
Oh, I'm just getting hoarded.
The guardsman died. Knight of St. John
You
died.
shouldn't have done that.
Crossbowman.
Oh god, there's so many.
Hussite died. Game over.
Oh boy.
Back to reload checkpoint. Loading.
This
Task
doesn't
completed.
seem right. Oh, there's
Journal.
Just out of
I
curiosity.
selected 5 Chapter 2.
two of them there. Shh.
Options.
Let me see.
Exit. Back to help. Settings. Game. Accessibility. Read text.
That would be way down here somewhere.
Prevent accessible stealth. Prevent playable character from being knocked down. Enemy AI slowdown in combat. Moderate. Heavy. Enemy AI slowdown. Prevent playable character from being knocked down. Enabled. Accessibility. Do you want to yes. You must restart the game for the changes
That is
to
so
take effect.
bogus.
Resume.
I
Options.
don't like that.
Exit. Are you sure? Yes.
I guess. I just want to see if this makes any difference. So, major gameplay things, you have to restart the game. Thankfully, I will restart right there. But it is sort of obnoxious that you have to... Let's see.
QB Games.
There.
Proudly presents.
Yeah.
Loading. Main menu. Resume. Main menu.
All right.
Loading.
Take, what,
This doesn't
5?
seem right. Oh, there's 2 of them there. Shh.
Okay.
New task. Weapon drawn. Item lost. Torch. Task completed.
Okay, we're gonna be ambushed again.
What's this?
Are you looking for someone, sirs?
Hit the trap!
New
Attack!
task. Aside. New journal entry. Aside. 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 Aside.
I'm trying to walk away from them. Because I gotta watch my stamina, too. Uh-oh.
Aside died. Nissa guardsman died.
No!
Aside.
I think we lost a dude. Oh, they're after me. Oh, dear God. Get away from me.
Aside died.
Oh, God. I gotta run. Ah!
Aside.
There's so many. I don't know how I'm gonna...
Aside.
Jesus Christ.
John died. Aside.
I want to use a potion, but I can't get away from these guys.
Aside.
Oh,
Aside.
they just run. Okay, that guy's dead.
Aside died.
I
Aside.
blo-
Aside.
Now I'm swarmed again. I
Game over.
genuinely am not sure how to beat this battle.
Back to main. Reload checkpoint.
Because maybe I picked the wrong type of guys to accompany
Back to
me.
main. Reload checkpoint.
But again, I didn't really know what I was going to walk into either, so...
Loading.
This
Task
doesn't
completed.
seem right. Oh, there's 2 of them there.
And I don't know that there's a way to just queue up a potion really fast and just drink it, because, like I said, I can't get away from the guys quick enough.
Quest waypoint Hussite 1. 7 fathoms to the destination. Weapon drawn. Item lost. Torch.
I mean, there's a shit ton of guys.
Completed.
Okay, we're going to be ambushed again,
Weapon drawn.
and we're at full health to start this battle.
Someone, sirs.
Hit the trap!
Yeah, shut up.
Task.
Okay, we're gonna...
Hussite. New Hussite. Hussite. Hussite died. Hussite.
I can't move. There's too many things I gotta go around these stupid tent pole. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Okay, another Hussite died.
Hussite died.
Heretics!
Hussite. Hussite died. Hussite.
Ah, crud.
Hussite died.
And now I'm dead again. No, I'm not.
Couch. Ducat Bohemica. 0x. Inventory.
Where am I-
Knight of St. John died. Hussite.
In the name of the Lord!
Hussite died. Hussite died. Hussite. Hussite.
There's still so many.
Crossbowman. Hussite. You have died. You can't click
I
your enemies to death. Be careful and wait for the right moment. Reload checkpoint.
there's so many audio cues happening. Like I said, maybe I'm missing something, and I get that I'm like how to block, and I have to attack.
Back to main. Reload checkpoint.
But there's literally like a dozen dudes.
Loading.
This
Task
doesn't
complete.
seem
I'll do it
right.
maybe one more
There's two of them
time.
there. Shh.
I want to see something here. So
Inventory app. New task. Quality hand and pouch. Quality hand. Hospitaler shield. Red potion. 4 hospitaler. Red potion. 4 pieces.
I wonder if I stay on that. I hit B to back out.
Inventory red potion. 4 pieces.
Okay, so if I
Hospitaler shield.
okay,
Defense effectiveness. Red potion. 4 pieces.
I'm just trying to figure out how many. And that's the other problem is when I go in my inventory, I find sometimes it reports the like the first item, and it doesn't report the item that I'm on. There's a little bit of delay, and so I might want to, let's say I want to read something, but it wants to activate a potion or a letter that I'm carrying. So there's a little bit of, you almost have to go left and right a couple times just to make sure you're on the right item. And when I'm in battle, I wish there was a way where I could just be like, okay, I need this potion. I need a heal right now, like a quick heal button, because to fuddle through the
Quest
inventory
Site 1.
and
Fathoms to the destination. Weapon drawn. Item lost. Torch.
try this one more time. Okay, we're gonna get ambushed.
Weapon.
Looky
Weapon drawn.
here. What's this?
Are you looking for someone, sirs?
Hit the trap!
Attack!
New task.
Okay,
Hussite. New journal entry. Hussite. 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 Hussite.
uh-oh.
Hussite. Hussite.
I am just surrounded.
Hussite. Missing guardsman. Hussite died.
I'm blocking. But I'm literally being barraged by every angle. I can't. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Reload checkpoint.
I might have beaten this by the
This doesn't seem
time.
right. Oh, this
By the time
Options.
you watch this video, I don't know when I'm going to unlock or when I'm going to upload this or when I'm going to unlock this, but maybe I'll have beaten this by then. But I don't know. Like really huge group battles seems a little jank right now. Like I get one or two enemies, but the way that the combat seems, at least to me right now, at the stage where I'm at right now, it doesn't, this isn't like a fast hack and slash like Dynasty Warriors game. This is, really methodical, slower paced combat, but at the same time, like I said, there's just so many dudes. I wish that I could have gotten further in to show you a few more. At least you got to see, like, I did some sneaking. I showed you some navigating by waypoint. You got to hear, the objects around you, like walls and navigating around obstacles, which is a huge part of the game. Again, there's a lot of openy areas, but you're, weaving around shrubs and trees and stumps and buildings and things. So there's a bit of that, but I don't know how I feel about the combat in this game. With so many guys, I'm not sure. I have a feeling I might have picked me because archers aren't really going to do me a lot of good. Because I thought, well, we're going to be sneaking in. Maybe we can pick some people off from a distance. No, we're being ambushed and in close range. archery isn't going to do that well. I was having a little bit of luck trying to run away and get a few people, one or two people after me at a time, but even so, not really, because everybody else was dying. And there's, like I said, in this little area, there's so many little, like, tent poles and other little obstacles that to try to navigate around them, it's almost more of a burden to move around a lot, especially if you're navigating by audio. I don't know. Let me just try one more time, and then we're going to wrap it up here.
New task. Quest waypoint Hussite 1. 7 fathoms to the...
But I like the fact that now that I have my camera locked, the waypoint stuff works as it should. That is a necessary thing. Remember to lock the camera. Okay, we kill him.
Weapon drawn.
Looky here. Shut the hell up.
Are you looking for someone, sirs?
It's a trap!
Attack!
New task.
I'm gonna run away.
Hussite. Hussite.
Oh dear. Oh god.
Hussite.
They're all around me.
Hussite died.
Guys, you want to help me maybe? Like I'm the important dude here. I'm blocking.
Knight of St. John died.
So my friend died. Yeah, no, I don't know what the hell is going on. This battle just does not... like I said, either I'm failing to understand something correctly, or I am just getting absolutely massacred here. So yeah, any tips on this particular gangbang? Let me know in the comments. But so far, like I said, I think I've fought maybe 3 enemies at a time max. But now we've got at least half a dozen, if not more, and I am just getting massacred. So there you go, guys. There's a lot going here that I like.
This doesn't seem right.
Let me pause it here. There's a lot going here that I like. I mean, the way they've implemented, like in a overhead, I would call this not really Diablo because that's more of a fast-paced click, click, click thing. Again, the combat here is more methodical, but like a deep RPG like this, again, it's not a choose your own adventure. Not that there's anything wrong with those types of games, but again, I hear so many people always asking, can we have something more actiony? Can we have something where you're not just choosing things from menus? And I totally get that because I'm kind of the same way, like where I don't play turn-based RPGs all that much because, I like more real-time combat. But this game is deep. I don't know how long it is, but it seems like it could be quite long and in depth. The audio description, the text-to-speech, the NVDA support, the navigation assist, all that stuff is really good. I like the fact that you have a high contrast mode, but again, changing a couple of these gameplay accessibility features like high contrast and like your combat slowdown, having to exit and reopen the game is kind of a bummer. And like I said, unless I'm doing something wrong, I feel like at least the way that I'm understanding the combat is not super equipped to deal with 8 enemies at a time and you just being swarmed. Now I know you use your right analog stick to when you're in combat because that's what you're using your analog stick for. You can turn to face where you hear the enemies, but when you have, like I said, six dudes just beating the crap out of you from every angle, it's a little hard to figure out. So yeah, that particular battle, not gonna lie, a little bit frustrating, but it is a cool game and it should definitely provide blind players with a lot of gameplay, a lot of depth, and something a little more substantial that people are seeming to be craving now. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. This game is on Steam, 1428 Shadows of Silesia. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. So until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.